kind of touch back on a story you mentioned earlier in terms of, you said you interviewed for that position your sophomore year of college and, went through everything and were turned down, and you were lucky enough to be accepted to that position the next year. So I was wondering, in the interim there, you had a year off. Was there anything very, specific you did to, get better at a certain skill set, or did you maintain the connections that you made with those people in a certain way? How did you put yourself in a position to get that internship the next year?
Great question. No, so yeah, I think you said it. You hit the nail on the head. I think it's always staying in contact with people. And I think that's a big problem a lot of people have, right, is pride. So after you get a job, you kind of feel a little salty, right? But the best thing you can do is honestly show how grateful you were, just one, to have that opportunity. Mm-hmm. And then two, just stay in contact. Like I have, and Zach's Zach's done it himself. Like Zach used to stay in contact with me a lot, like after he shadowed with me and Nate. Just ask like, hey, if something's ever available, like just keep me in mind, blah, 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 blah. Like that's the attitude you have to have. So, and I know for me personally, and honestly, like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I am probably not the most ideal. I'm not gonna say I was a bad student, but I wasn't the best. Yeah. And looking back, and I guess like you all are in that position, like where I was at. I wish I was a better student. I wish I was more proactive. And I wish, and one thing to also have is making sure when you keep in contact with people is a network is very important to have in sports. Your network is your net worth, and that means double in the sports world, because it's literally all about who you know. I wouldn't be here if I literally didn't know Mr. Gilbert, and that's just straight facts. So honestly, like staying proactive, doing stuff like that, finding internships in your field, all that stuff to let people know, like, yo, like this is my passion. Like I want to do this. You know what I mean? That's what you want to do. So no, I will not give you examples of what I did, because what I did was the total opposite of what you should do. But those are the things you should do, is stay in contact with those interviewers, and do all that stuff, man. So definitely.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like, if you are lucky enough to go through the interview process and you're unfortunately turned down, or they go with a different candidate, like if you want to show them you're serious, then yeah, definitely keep in contact, or else maybe they're just thinking, you just happened to apply for the job and luckily made it through. And maybe they don't think that's your passion. I'm sure it's important to stay up to date with them and keep in touch.